So what exactly does burden of proof mean in the law? Well, burden of proof is an evidentiary standard that must be met in order to prove or succeed in a case. So for example, in a trial, in a personal injury setting, the burden of proof in the state of Florida is preponderance of the evidence. The greater weight of the evidence. And the way I usually explain it to juries in my closing argument is I tell them that imagine, you've listened to the trial now for several days, you've considered all the evidence. If you think it's more likely than not that the accident happened the way we said it did, that our clients' injuries are real, then you should ultimately return a verdict for us. By the same token, if you don't feel that we have proven or met our burden of proof, and you think it's more likely than not that the accident either didn't happen the way we said it did, or perhaps our clients' injuries were not caused by the crash, or our clients' injuries were not as serious, you have the opportunity to rule differently. So burden of proof is just the legal standard that a court uses to instruct a jury how to resolve a case and how to consider and weigh the evidence in a trial. Importantly, the burden of proof is different in a civil case than it is in a criminal case in the state of Florida and in probably every state. In the state of Florida, I've told you, civil cases, personal injury cases, cases where you're fighting over money or compensation, those are civil cases, and you use the standard of preponderance of evidence, the greater weight of the evidence. A criminal context is much different. That is beyond a reasonable doubt. That's a much higher standard to meet. And understandably why? Because you have people's freedom at stake. So if you have questions about your case, how we would prove that your claim, how we'd prove your claim beyond by the greater weight of the evidence, feel free to give us a call. But that's a very general answer to what a burden of proof is. Call us at 1-800-TRIAL-PRO or chat with us live at trialpro.com.